PodTube. It's me, Wanifa.
Me, Mary Hannah.
Me, Iva.
Woo! And we are here today with our lovely friends from the To Be His podcast.
It's me, Cheesy.
Me, Leora.
And me, Chantal.
So for those of you guys who have been rocking with us for a while, you might know that we did an episode with these lovely ladies sometime last year. And we're back to reload it in video form because gorgeous girls need to be in front of the camera. So depending on when you're watching this, but for us right now, it's approaching Valentine's season. Valentine is coming. Where's my boyfriend? So today we're going to be answering some questions about romance, dating, relationships that you guys sent us through our DMs and through the anonymous Google form. And guys, it's going to get real. It's giving no holds barred. And I can't promise that all of us have the requisite experience to speak on such topics as these. But we'll use the little that we've experienced to share with you. Very small. It's so small. But as you guys know, before we begin, we like to open with a word of prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time that we get to just speak about your heart, about relationships and love and all of that, and how we get to collaborate. And we just thank you for this opportunity and this chance to celebrate friendship and all the beautiful things about having a podcast and just talking about you. And we ask that your heart and just who you are would be reflected through our conversation. In your name I've prayed. Amen.
Amen. So before we get into the questions that you guys sent, we thought we'd do a nice little icebreaker. Very predictable, we know, but it wouldn't be right to start off Valentine's season without discussing our icks.
And then maybe we do something positive, like also like
green flag. Let's start with the icks though, because they come more to me.
someone's getting their phone.
Lists are being entered. Guys, what are some of your icks?
My personal ick, and this is just personally for me, I got two major ones. These are very like vain. One, I just feel like if your arms are bare at this age, like you need to have a tattoo. Like I'm just so
Girl, like,
they're empty. For me personally, I just feel like it's not like I'm not gonna like you. I just be like, why are your arms bare? Like, are you a serious person? Anyway, what's a job? You don't have to do half sleeve. You don't have to do half sleeve. Like, you know what I mean?
It shows that you have money. If you have tattoo money, then you have.
And also, I just feel like it's just like you're a serious person. Like you can sit and enjoy the pain, but that's just me being like a bit. That's a frivolous ick. My second ick that's like really deep though is like if they're for the socials, instant X.
That's one of mine.
I don't like men that talk too much on Twitter and stuff like that. It's just kind of like, why are you sharing your thoughts anyhow?
Literally. Like, why do I know your head?
No, that point. Especially if all your thoughts are just about women, black women, dating, football. It's like let's have some range. Let's show some depth
with something else.
Like we're tired.
It's relating to my ick, which is guys that comment on blog posts.
Just my boy.
Oh god.
Just like boy, that one, yeah. Shea Borough, UK gossip.
That's hilarious.
If I see your comment there, I'm sick.
That's
Why?
Like, firstly, why are you in women's business?
No, for real.
No.
Even if it's just laughing faces, I just
No, for real. Like, what's funny?
Why?
My embarrassment.
You couldn't laugh in your head.
No, but you even had to say, "Oh, this is funny." Then you had to go tell them. Like, oh god, no, that one could make my innards dry. No, I don't even want to say this.
No, say it please.
Go ahead.
Boys who stand Ronaldo.
Yes. Let me not have to say trigger warning for topics, but
trigger warning.
Yeah, it's not the one.
Trigger warning Ronaldo.
It's not the one you should start.
No, that part.
Yeah.
What about you guys?
I have one. If they watch anime. Not if they watch it, but like
that's your personality.
If it's your like wallpaper.
Definitely. There are boys that I knew from my group chat. They will be putting their WhatsApp name as somebody.
There's like Harajuku Barbie.
No, honestly.
No, but do you know what it it is as well. Like every single, like if you lot have ever used Hinge, let me tell you the extent of Black British men. All they know how to say is, "I geek out on anime. I'll fall for you if you like anime. You should not like this if you don't like anime."
Like guys, genuinely, if you get the app, you will swipe 7 times and see that anime.
It's too much.
Big up them though.
Yeah. That's your thing.
Yeah.
Mine is guys that dance on TikTok.
Oh
yeah.
I should have said that.
Oh my gosh.
I should have said that.
Do you like it?
I feel like it's a creative.
It depends what sort of dance.
Because there's someone like Victor.
Victor.
But he doesn't have a community.
No, he's funny though.
But you know, small Afrobeats, you know, some of those Afrobeats dancers that you want to break the floor with. Like,
no, but it's the ones where it's like, you know, the equivalent of like I'm a savage. Them
Exactly.
Type of not just like I'm a dancer who's on TikTok. Like
I
I
see
dance on
the
TikTok.
Celebrity First Dates, and this guy, he was doing the TikTok dance with the girl. Yeah, no, that's.
I'm sorry, I have to jump on that one because for me personally, if you dance in public, for me that's an instant.
That's an instant.
Like
in an inappropriate place, in the airport or something like that. Like,
no, guys, you don't understand. I mean public dancing. Period. Like if I go to a party and you're dancing in a circle.
Oh, I went to the circle.
Bro, why you're dancing in the circle? Like what's going on?
When you go on the stage in the moment, we
go on the stage.
You're now dancing on the table.
Are they paying you?
No, they're not paying them.
I've just seen one that like really irks me. This is just a feeds into a broader point probably, but like people with bad grammar and spelling message.
We can talk about it.
If you use the wrong your, if you put am instead of I.
Oh my god.
It's so out.
Oh my god, it's so out. Because my parents do it all the time. It's so annoying.
I don't mind. I'm going to the shop. You'll stay there. But it's the wrong there.
Oh my god. That can actually spin
it
with
can
your
actually
head.
just I'm not even an intellectual like that, but that one
unless you have, some people like have dyslexia and stuff.
no more power
if you don't have,
there's no excuse.
Can't help you still.
No excuse.
Some of my icks are like, I'm very Chantal and Shizzy know I'm very particular about how I keep my space. So like when people leave hair in the shower, this is gonna sound really particular, but you know when people squeeze their toothpaste and it must be squeezed from the bottom. I'm sorry. Also, middle finger in pictures.
Oh my god! I hate that.
This is men
Do you
and
look
women.
hard?
I don't look.
Do you know like, are you tough now?
No, honestly,
are you bad?
Honestly,
you know that Nollywood thing where they're like, you're not of our class.
Honestly,
like my thing is, who are you putting your middle finger up to? Because then you got up there. So what?
I hate.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
I would just never understand it. It's not a me thing, you know. Yeah.
Men with podcasts that only talk about women.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because
they're ruining the reputation for people that have podcasts, and I'm getting them.
That part.
Ruining it.
We're not the same, baby.
Yeah. No, as in, we could never. Please.
So like as an alpha male.
Females. It meant that call women females.
And the alpha male thing for me, that's very much like, why are you saying that? Literally. Anyway, guys, positivity.
Yeah, green flags.
You should be worried about alpha and omega boys.
Thoughtfulness, I think, like impromptu gestures.
Yes.
Not love bombing, but you know, an impromptu, like bouquet flowers off 10, you know.
However many you feel led to.
Also like if he's coming back from somewhere and he just buys you something that's to do with one of your interests. I was walking past the shop and I know you like this album.
Yes. It actually don't take much. It actually doesn't take much.
It really doesn't. It's
Communication.
Very good communication.
It's the 5-second text. Busy today at work.
It's not even hard.
They will never do it though.
Mine is when they have like strong friendships.
That's beautiful to see. It tells you about them.
Especially with their sisters.
Because they treat you right because of it. It's like they know how to treat women.
Really but on the other side of that coin, I feel like if a boy has like a really strong friend group and they're like a sheep to their friend or like a lad or like just do stuff for the boys, that's it.
Definitely.
But back to the positive. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to take it there. I think like people who are not afraid to be sweet. Do you know what I mean?
people that are like expressive with like their emotions.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah. Wear your heart on your sleeve.
I love when like men, or when people in general have like good familial relationships. I find this very encouraging.
Yes.
It's lovely to be around.
It's very sweet.
Ambition as well.
Yes.
Yeah, when you can see he has a proper plan for his life.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Yeah, me and Mary Hannah always talk about this thing called like when a guy is confidently humble. They're just like self-assured. Their only validation comes from God. Like,
they're not like they're not pressed too much.
They're not pressed too much.
Like, you know, no, literally.
Yeah, it's like you don't feel the need to showboat or do too much.
Because the boys are doing it because
it's you
not
know,
renting designer from Selfridge.
Not renting.
Because he knows that his worth comes from
the Lord. Look at that.
And like, you know, when you can just see that someone is actively in communication with God, like as in their everyday decisions are being guided by what would God want me to do here. Let me just guys,
a bit of that.
Literally, chef's kiss, man.
Yeah.
Like, where are those people?
I know this is I know people like gender roles. I just like somebody who can cook. Anybody who knows
absolutely
knows that food is an experience for me. Like if you've seen Food Wars, I'm not gonna go into it, but if you've seen Food Wars, I really enjoy what I eat. So I like somebody that can cook.
Yeah, right. I love that. I love that.
If I could marry a personal chef, you know, I know they'll be critiquing my food, but I don't care.
For me, a big thing is I really like boys who are like individuals, and one way this really manifests is the way that they dress. Like,
Wanipa will finish you for that.
Nah, for real. Like, if I don't find you particularly fashionable, and it's a thing of like, don't just go and be putting like tech because that's what all the guys do. Don't just be putting that one shoe with the studs because that's what everyone does. Don't just be renting designer anyhow just because it's the, like, be a bit intentional. Like, if you thrift, and you don't even need to be like a fashion guy, but just
I was gonna say, what are you guys' opinions on like guys that wear like, you know, them oversized like trousers with like
they trying to do like
I don't mind the whole Tyler the Creator look. Like the whole alternative. I like that's my bag. Anybody who knows me knows I like the whole alternative this to that. But as long as it's you and you're like,
that's what I'm saying.
Me, like, fashion is
for me, it's not even a specific style. Like, oh, you have to be into this era or this. Just be you.
Yeah.
And
unapologetically, man.
Yes, that comes with the confidently humble. You see, it's all.
Should we do our questions then? Should we start with the first question?
Yeah, let's launch into the vid.
I will start. Should I ask the first one?
Yes.
How to know, these are all from our followers, guys, so how to know if you're in a relationship that God approves of?
To be fair, I did see this like really cute like story thing. Basically, this couple got engaged, and when she was talking about like him, you know, 1 Corinthians 13 where it says love is patient, love is kind. She replaced love with the guy's name. I was like, that's how you know, like, if he can meet every single criteria of what love is.
I love that. That's gorgeous.
Because God is love. So
so how can you not be that if God is in you?
That one has really touched me.
I like that.
That's really good. That's really good.
I would say like, I don't know, spirit of discernment kind of speaks to you. Like, let me not talk too much. But when I know that something is not quite, you know, I get like a feeling in my heart or like a voice in the back of my head or something like that, where God is like, are you sure?
I would also like just jump off of that. I feel like God is not, I always say this to the girls, like God is not an orchestrator of chaos.
There's even a verse which says
so like if it's chaos, if it's trouble, and I don't mean like life stuff, like maybe you live in different cities, or I mean genuine things like there's family involvement, spiritual doubt, things of that nature, somebody else dated him, like uncertainty about timelines, things like that. I just feel like God does not want that for your life.
Or even just like them being unclear about their intentions.
No ma'am.
I also feel that if the person says that they are a Christian or a man of God or whatever, I think you can kind of judge for yourself whether their actions are actually aligning with that, and maybe considering for yourself, whether when you're with them, do you feel like you're being drawn towards God, or do you feel like you're being drawn away? Because I always say this thing on the podcast, like, it's easier to be drawn than to draw. And if you feel yourself being drawn by their kind of, you know, wishy-washy, you know, Christian when it suits them type vibes, then, you know.
I also feel like it's hard to do stuff when you don't have an intention. So even like from the beginning, was an intention set, or did you just fall into this relationship with the person because you spent so much time already committed to them?
That's really good.
I'll say also someone who encourages you in God. Like, it's so easy when you have problems to just be like therapizing them or be doing advice, but like sometimes the best advice is from the scripture,
even all the times.
In fact, sorry, that's so true. That's his word. Like God is the word. So that's I like that.
That's nice. Just feeling comfortable, like about God is very
100%.
Oh my gosh,
100%.
I would also say being comfortable enough to like open up to the people who are in your life about that person. I feel like other people can be a really good gauge, and I don't mean like the soft drop on Instagram. I mean like maybe like your, you know, like a soft launch. A soft launch, that's what it's called. I mean like your core group of friends, if you're comfortable with your parents like that, speaking to your parents, because I feel like they will obviously care about that, and so they may be able to like have insight into things.
Sometimes like when I'm even like in a situation with someone, I try to imagine like, oh, what would it be like if I introduced them to my parents? What would it be like if I brought this person to church? And that's not to like say that every situation like it has to get to that point for certain, but it's kind of like, if I feel like this wouldn't even run with my elder at church, and I, you know what I mean, it's kind of like, why would it not run? Maybe I should think about what's not adding up with my lifestyle.
100. I think that's good.
I think that was a good one. After that first gem that you dropped,
honestly,
it was a wrap.
Can you replace the guy's name with love? Like, he is kind.
To me, that's such a good challenge. It's like even me myself too. If someone tried to replace my name with, they could start that patient, and that would just be.
Okay, so the next question is it fair to get married to someone who wasn't saving themselves for you? What is your take on that? I was just thinking about it, but I think so, because sometimes, I don't know, I feel like not marrying someone because of that could be a fault. Like, it could jeopardize something that could have been good, in my opinion. So yeah, I feel like I would, if everything else genuinely is positive and I feel like the relationship is going somewhere, I wouldn't stop it because of that.
I'm also just because this question was like the way it was phrased, I felt like it was a bit unusual, because on the one hand it could mean like you're with someone and they're not saving themselves for you, which means that they're cheating on you, in which case no. But if it's the other way, in terms of like someone who prior to meeting you has had sex before, I just feel like personally speaking, like God has brought me from a mighty long way. Like maybe it wasn't like sex in my life, but it was other things that like I'm not the same person I was a couple of years ago, and I don't think you can hold someone up to a standard that they were at before they knew who God was, or before they took that step in their faith, if they didn't know God at that point. I think that's the whole principle of our faith, you know what I mean? Like knowing that God can bring anyone from anywhere, and that's the beauty of salvation.
I agree. I was gonna say it's similar to, like, not to trivialize it, but like the body count question. Like, you know, people are like, oh, do you ask people their body count and stuff like that? And I'm like, to be honest, like, you're trying to make a future with this person, so you're not really focused on their past. It's more like, okay, where are we going now? What are our intentions in this relationship? Are we trying to be celibate? Like, what are we doing? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, I personally think it's like God forgives, and the ultimate sacrifice was forgiveness. So
what if you were in a relationship with someone and say you chose celibacy, and then midway through he's like, not gonna lie,
I feel like, me personally, I feel like that's when you know that that's a relationship God did not approve of. Because I feel like personally, if I'm entering a relationship with a man, I'm hoping that we're on the same spiritual page. So like I can't be coming to you being like, so I'm not on this whole, I'm having sex with somebody right now, and he's like, okay, I can do that with you. No, you need to
did one person who was trying to
we're not even
for me, it's kind of like that commitment. It's not a commitment to me, it's a commitment to God. And so if it gets to a point where you feel like you're wavering, or I feel like I'm wavering, what's ultimately going to keep us in that covenant is our relationship with God.
Yeah.
And I feel like that firstly as a foundation needs to be solid. So that you can like actually maintain that, because otherwise like I'll turn around and be like, yeah, I can't lie, boo, I'm feeling the type of way. You're gonna be like, alright, let's do it.
Somebody needs to be spiritually strong.
And it doesn't need to be a constant thing like, oh, I'm always saying, oh yeah, let's do it, babe, and you're always saying no. It's a thing where it's like, you know, we all go through these wavering moments, but we both have in mind that we've committed to this.
Like when the other person's 30%, you're 70. When they're
right.
I also am very aware of the fact that other people have differing ideas about sexual purity and all of that within the faith. We just need to say this is for us. That's us, our personal choice.
And MH, you were actually saying a really good point before we started recording about, you know, when you do get married or like become sexually intimate, like being comfortable enough to say to that person like, oh, so you know, you did the do before, like maybe I'm not as comfortable with certain things, and I think that's a point where it could matter when you're having that type of conversation, but you know,
not enough to hold it against.
Definitely.
Also because half your MCMs will be in the bin if you.
Dare I say 80%?
My sister, there'll be nobody left.
There'll be no one left.
So you know, forgive us, Christ forgave.
So the next question is, what do you think about Christian dating apps? Or dating apps in general?
I think sometimes go on Hinge and add Christian.
That's non-negotiable. That's non-negotiable.
You have to pay for it.
No, but not everyone who says that.
You have to pay.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, it's still one of the free features.
Okay.
The height you have to
The way that we know about the They look it.
Yeah, they look it.
Discrimination. Everyone gets a child.
No, but I was just gonna say, even putting Christian on your Hinge profile, people would just say they're Christian because they had their first communion at because they don't feel bold enough to tell their mum they don't want to go to church anymore.
Yeah. But as a whole, what do y'all think about them? Would you use it? Well, I feel like everyone can tell we've used them before.
Never used Christian on there. Like,
I tried
Christian ones,
and like when Nico was saying earlier, it's just uncool. You know, like there's not really.
It's not giving.
I need my age range.
It gives like when you want to get married, like
when you're kind of thinking,
time is running out.
No shade to anyone who's found their love on that. Though,
I have a friend who found their brother found his actual babe on Soul, and then like he loves her,
even
like
young and happening babes. Happy for them.
Love that.
No, honestly.
It's not
I think with dating apps in general, like I'm not opposed to it. I don't know, sometimes I think when I was younger I had such a romanticized view of like what my story would be like. And so I'm just like, oh, is this really how it's gonna be? Like I'm just gonna meet someone on an app? Like I still wanna be wined the old fashioned way. So I don't know.
Like I wanna meet you. Are you
I want a story that will just spin heads and people are like, no way.
I like the friends to lovers pipeline. For me personally, that's how I like it.
I think that's cute. Or like even mutual friends. Like
I love that one. Like when your friends or friends know each other.
No, you know when I told you and Chantal, I was saying that like it was like at a games night or something, and it's like it's like, can I take you out for a drink?
Yeah, you can't do that friends first and I mean, not that you can't have the romantic story, but Hinge is just like, what are we trying to do? I still love the organic.
Organic's the best one.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like obviously like, you know, your first interaction with someone on the dating app is like purely appearance based, and then they fall in love with who you are. But it's like I would just love a situation where like someone's just like, wow, like this girl's just amazing and she's beautiful on top. You know what I mean? Like obviously that matters and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong.
No, don't get us wrong.
Like, let's not. Come on now. But it's a thing of, you know what would have been ideal? It would be to have met someone through the chat. I'm saying to have as if it's over for me.
It's not over yet.
Yeah, it would be be to meet someone through church, but if I now talk about the ratios,
let me not despair myself, Sean. Yeah, but the whole attraction first thing for me, that's what stuff like Hinge is based on. And like even somebody like me, we were talking about somebody moving to you in a motive, like God forbid, you know when girls are always like, I could be a witch, and it's not to say God forbid. Obviously, this is the God podcast. We're not saying that, but it's like you don't know anything about me, and we're trying to get like
based off.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Actually, when you say that,
it's very superficial because I'm like, you don't know anything about me.
They're just like your bum.
Like you just
Or even if it is that someone likes you, like obviously I think there can be like that attraction at first sight. Don't get me wrong. I don't even think like your partner should have to grow on you. I rebuke that spirit. I rebuke it. But maybe if it's like, you know, we're at some sort of event, like maybe we're at a gallery, maybe some sort of showing of something, and it's kind of like,
you see the life of
it's giving fanfic, but like as in you realize that you might connect with them on something.
Are you reading your Bible? Are you doing fellowship? Are you doing those things to make sure like the reason why you came off this relationship, are you putting focus on the right things?
I feel like if you're already seeing red flags like that, step away. Like genuinely,
you want to be the sort of person who's so in God and so focused on God that it takes someone else who is searching for God to find you.